A massive GameFreak data leak in late 2024 gave us an unprecedented look into Pokemon's development process. One of the most fascinating finds? Early character sheets for many characters, revealing their original backstories, personalities, and designs. Since the initial leak, I've wanted to go through and highlight all this never-before-seen cut character lore, and today, I'm finally kicking off a short video series where we look at the development versions of various Pokemon characters and how they changed and evolved up to the final release. Today we're looking at Cilan, Chili, and Cress, who are the first unit of gym leaders the player faces in Pokemon Black and White. They're triplets who work as waiters at the Striaton City Gym, each specializing in one of the three starter Pokemon types: Fire, Water, and Grass. They have somewhat generic personality traits of Cilan being polite, Cress being calm, and Chili being energetic, but other than that, and them being brothers that run a restaurant, their in-game lore is rather limited. Thankfully, however, the leaked character sheets we're about to go over reveal much more interesting details. One quick note, the TeraLeak contains 4 drafts of each character's character sheet documenting changes throughout development. While revisions after the first draft are pretty minimal, we'll still examine each one to see how the characters evolved. It's also important to remember that the final drafts of the character sheets found in the leak don't always match the final versions of the character we see in the official games. Okay, so the first draft of the Cilan, Chili, and Cress character sheet describes the Striaton trio as 15-year-old triplets who have lived in Striaton City their entire lives. The document emphasizes their strong attachment to their hometown and their somewhat limited worldview due to never having left it, resulting in them being out of touch with current trends in the rest of the world. They're described as waiters and cowboys who help their parents run a restaurant while also serving as gym leaders. They were always intended to specialize in fire, water, and grass type Pokemon, and their personalities would reflect these types, with the water type triplet being calm, the grass type triplet being competitive, and the fire type triplet being cheerful. One important detail mentioned is that the parents' restaurant hosts a Pokemon battle show which the brothers have participated in since childhood. By doing this, it's helped not only hone their battle skills to the level of gym leaders, but it's also helped support their parents and strengthen their family bond. The draft also mentions the trio has a younger sister, but no other details are provided. Another point of note is that the restaurant has some direct influences on their life. Due to their multifaceted work at the establishment, they have limited free time and therefore a few friends. They also speak in a polite, natural speech style that reflects their rural, simple dialect due to their customer-facing role as waiters. You can probably tell at this point, but the original pitch for the trio was for them to be country boys. This becomes more apparent with the stated inspiration for the characters being the American band Hanson, and their original appearance being described as identical triplets who have freckles, long, slightly wavy dark brown hair, with the only difference being their eye color. The other stated inspiration for the characters, and this will come up a little bit later in other drafts as well as the leaked concept art we have, was the Osomatsu-kun manga and the Osomatsu siblings featured within it. Their vibe doesn't really match the description of the Striaton trio from the first draft, but once again, in the leaked concept art you can definitely start to see some slight resemblances. The second draft includes a likes and dislikes section, with the trio enjoying various sports as a hobby. Specifically, Cilan likes baseball, Cress likes basketball, and Chili likes football, while all of them share an overall dislike of their parents. I think this was added to make them feel like much more of a quintessential American teen archetype of being annoyed by their parents and liking sports. In a similar vein, it's said that the trio are very close, but they become incredibly competitive when it comes to battling, which I think is something that many siblings can relate to. The last few edits emphasize their undeniably country boys status, mainly their deep love for their hometown, their out-of-touch nature with the modern world, and them being beloved by the townspeople. Their personalities now have an additional description of being simple and straightforward, and their appearance is updated to more closely reflect Hanson and a stereotypical country boy, with them having short blonde hair and more casual waiter outfits. The third and fourth drafts are identical and have few changes from the second. Their dislike changes from parents to studying, which I think better fits the close-knit family vibe of the original draft, and their ages are explicitly stated as the same as the protagonist, which was 14 at this stage in the game's development. And there you have it, a glimpse into the fascinating, almost realized backstories of Cilan, Chili, and Cress. It's amazing to see how much they changed from those initial country boy concepts into the characters we know and love today. While some of this cut lore could still technically be considered canon, as nothing directly contradicts it in the games, it's ultimately up to GameFreak whether or not they'll ever revisit these concepts in any official capacity. Anyways, thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys later.